So I got a video request. You guys requested it in the comments. Make a video about the percentage of men who get cuckolded, in the sense that, if you don't know, the cuckoo's a bird, right? They sneak in and impregnate the woman and sneak out, and then leaves another bird to father the children. So there's a percentage of relationships where the man who thinks the children are his, they're not yours, and you're just funneling resources to someone else's seed, and the child's not even yours. So that's what getting cucked is. I mean, it moved to, oh, you're a cuck, as some kind of insult of what it really means, though, is, or at least what the request to talk about was, that that happens. What's the percentage? I asked ChatGPT, and the number that it gave me is 1 to 3% of either births. Yeah, I guess 1 to 3% of children as being raised by the wrong father who doesn't know it, which is a lot. Between 1 in 30 and 1 in 100. Let's go with the higher number. And someone said they think it's 10 to 15%. No, it's not that high. But 1 in 30, it's like, yo, my class, my public class, there's 30 kids in the class. 1 in 30, y'all, your dad is not your dad. He got cucked. That's crazy. I know this dude. He didn't see me. That's my guy who does the ice baths. He's captain of the ice bath Wednesday group on the island, but he didn't see me. Anyways, so women sometimes, well, this is something oftentimes they want, but it's not, they don't always act on this. The type of man that a woman wants to be a husband and a father is often not the type of man she wants to be her lover. So she's torn. For the lover, she wants maybe a man who's really good looking, would be like a bad boy, and that he'd be hard to pin down. He's kind of he's maybe he's a player. He's funny, charismatic, but he's not going to be reliable. He's either doesn't make a lot of money or isn't going to share it necessarily, but he's hot. And women, for the type of man who they want to be the father of their child or to raise their child, are the type of man they also possibly want to be a husband. A lot of that is about funneling resources. So if he's kind of beta and pushover, thumbs up, because he's easier to control for his resources. Now, I mean, she still wants an attractive man and who has these positive traits too, but she's also worried about the man leaving, right? So she wants a man who's potentially, if the man's too much better than her, she's worried he's not going to stay. So she often actually wants kind of an inferior man, or a man who's super happy to have her to be married to. Now, she's not always going to be happy about it, right? She might resent it, that this guy got me, I didn't really get the guy that I wanted. But it's a calculated move for resources. This definitely happens. You can't tell me it doesn't. You can't tell me I'm that black-pilled. So something that happens, they ran all these tests on women and their attraction, and found, depending on where they are in their cycle, it's going to affect how they feel or who they're attracted to. So when a woman is ovulating or is in the more fertile part of her cycle, she's typically going to be more attracted to higher testosterone men. And during the other part of her cycles, she's going to be a little bit less attracted to that man and more attracted to lower testosterone or more average type guys. So what that means is there's a natural genetic hormonal mechanism that causes certain behavior where she's like, okay, I'm with this guy, I like him, he's reliable, he's solid. Now the most fertile part, but she's like, now the most fertile part of my cycle, I want this big guy who can just pick me up. So it'll happen, the man and the woman, they get in a fight. Maybe she picks the fight, okay, and she's gonna go stay with the girlfriend, or she's going out, and she happens to cheat and hook up with some dude that night. Maybe he's a football player, an NBA player, someone she cannot keep, but he's there, or just the handsome the bartender. And in her mind, that was not intentional at all. It just, she's following her moods, emotions. But as a biological mechanism, she's making a play to get the best genetics and long-term resource commitment at the same time. Now, you could say only 1 to 3% of women are successful in this. I would argue a woman who pulls this off is extremely successful from a biological perspective, right? If she secures top genetics that's maybe would be out of her reach to keep as a relationship, but then has a lifetime of commitment from a guy who's just going to funnel resources to her, that's a successful woman. So, by the way, I've just been ranting and rambling. Welcome in. Much love, fam. Trav here. If you don't know me, welcome in. I'm your new best friend. If you have been here, I'm happy to have you. I'm an adventurer, entrepreneur living here on Oahu, and I'm on my way back from a hiking adventure tour day today, which I've been doing a lot, hence a lot of car videos. I'm going to have at least 3 days off, so I'm going to enjoy that. So for me, who would you rather be is a question. Would you rather be the man who has sex, gives no resources, and your child has a father in his life and is taken care of and you do nothing? Or would you rather be the guy who mistakenly raises someone else's child as his own for 18 years, 20 years longer, giving resources? Which would you rather be? The guy who, when she's ovulating, she wants to fight with you and go out or do something else? Or you're out and when she's ovulating, she comes and approaches you? Which would you rather be? To me, in 2025, seeking marriage as a man is just a beta move. Because I'm not saying long-term relationship is beta, but you're just signing an absurd contract for a chance at what? Why? Is it for the sex? Is it for the commitment? I mean, y'all can have a long-term relationship without signing a super disadvantageous contract that gives her all the leverage and is giving her potentially half of your money. I mean, props to all the poor kings, though, who get divorced and take half from their sugar mama. Rarely happens. It does happen sometimes. Rarely happens. Who would you rather? I'd rather be, me personally, I'd rather be the hot stud. That's me. I would rather be that. But, I mean, if a man, if you cuck another man, does that make you successful? Can that be a metric of success? I've cucked 3 other dudes. They have no idea, right? But you don't always know. Also, I mean, I think a lot of the time, also the woman won't say that she cheated on the work trip, which happened to align with their ovulation, and she won't know. She's not going to say anything. She doesn't want to ruin it. She doesn't know. They don't know. I don't know. It just happens, and nobody knows, right? But the guy, you're like, she got... The math is mathing here. I see that. Now, I feel like I don't need to worry about this much because of my race. The way that I look. A child, I mean, I'm almost always dating interracial. I'm mixed Asian. If a woman's like half Asian, okay. But the point is that I guess maybe I have a disadvantage. Okay, I'm going to share something interesting here. But the idea is, if you're a unique race, the baby's going to come out looking like you. Now, you can always get genetic testing, but most guys aren't going to get genetic testing when the kid, there's no reason to think the woman cheated. Most guys aren't getting genetic DNA testing. Anyways, maybe I don't have the most advantage of that because I moved to Hawaii, and a lot of the guys are mixed Asian, and the baby could come out and it could be mine or some guy who looks like me. I don't know. So maybe I take that back. But I guess it's points for being a minority where you live. However, this is a thought: the deception of women, or rather the incentive of women, this is a subconscious thing. I don't think women are planning on cucking dudes. It just happens. And it happens through subconscious biological mechanisms. But there's generally a majority effect where women like men who are part of the racial majority. So it's not always white men. It depends where you are. And I mean, for cultural reasons and various reasons, certain races may have advantage in the dating market at different times. I know a lot of my Asian brothers are disadvantaged. But I think a lot of the time women prefer a man in the racial majority because it increases the odds of successful cucking. That's a little black pill thought that I've had. And again, women are going to watch this and be like, absolutely not. But you don't know. This is subconscious. I had okay, we're 13 minutes in. There was a girl who came around in 2023, and she was obviously into me and trying for me. She came to Hawaii from the mainland. The problem is she vaped. She had other problems. I think she was high anxiety. I liked her, but I'm not like that. I wasn't interested in really doing anything with her. But she was kind of latching on and trying with me. And one thing is she would say the female subconscious out loud. So I valued her perspective. She would say things like, yeah, sometimes I'm just looking for the biggest guy who can throw me around. And I'm like, really? Or what else did she say? It's like, I'm always looking for someone better. Just like I'm always looking for someone better. And I remember we were at dinner one night with a group, and she was like talking about going to Greece, and I'm like, oh, who are you going to go to Greece with? And she's like, a friend. And then she came around later. It was like, I need to tell you something. I got to talk to you. I have a boyfriend, and I've been pretending that I didn't because I was interested in you. And I'm like, all right, it's all good. I think she realized that maybe she did the math, and decided he was better. But I think also it's like I wasn't going to choose her, and she realized that this guy was going to come to Hawaii for her. He's more reliable. I met him. He was good looking. He's cool. I liked him. So, but I mean, that's the example of she broke up with him and moved to Hawaii, or went on a break. And if she had hooked up with me and then got back with him, dude, I've seen it, man. I've seen disgusting things, man. I've seen women do some disgusting things. There was a girl who, she came on the farm. I think she hooked up with at least 3 guys in 3 months before leaving. Disgusting. One of them, I think, multiple in the same night. And she got pregnant, and one of the guys claimed it and moved back to the mainland with her and was raising it with her. And I'm like, how do you know? How do you know? How do you know? How do you know? Do you want to bet on that? Did you get if that's me, I'm gonna get a DNA test. She's like, trust me, it's yours. How do you know? How does she know? How does she know? She doesn't know. So we'll see how the baby comes out. Let me see a picture of that thing. But you also don't always know. They come out all wrinkly and funny looking, you know? The baby doesn't always, it looks different from when it grows up. So year 4, it's like, hey, it's not really looking like me too much. It's kind of looking like that other guy on the farm back there in Hawaii. Yeah. And meanwhile, the other guy on the farm's like got a beer gut now playing video games, and he cucked the other dude. So I'm just watching my back, basically. It's not... Ronald Reagan used to say, this is a quote from him, trust but verify. So it's not like I just distrust everyone, but I'm going to verify that shit. Also, I'm going to set up the situation where I'm the higher testosterone, good-looking guy who she goes for. Actually, I'm gonna stay in this lane. So, yeah, don't get cucked, man. Try to avoid getting cucked would be my recommendation. It happens. Global estimate 1 to 3% right now. That's high number, man. 3%. It's like 1 in 30, man. It's about 1 in 30, 1 in 33. We live in a funny world. I mean, I'm not mad at anyone about it. I'm not like, oh, women, I hate women. They're so manipulative. It's just, dude, we're fucking animals, and I respect it. Respect the hustle, bro. We're animal. People say, no, humans aren't animals. An animal is a lower level of conscious. Yo, dude, we're not that smart, man. Algorithmic content, vapes. People fold like an origami. Quickly. With the quickness. People get absolutely suckered. You see the people thinking, like this society that we built? Look in front of me. Look at this. I know you see this. I know you've been this. You probably deal with this too. We're not that smart. Humans are not that smart. We're low-level animals. We're a little bit smarter than monkeys, and we have better thumbs, but beyond that, I don't know, man. So comment down below. And those of you guys, if you want to improve your social life, you want to have a good social life, I've got some resources for you, links down below, help you overcome social anxiety, and also how to meet people easily in 2025 without having to do run any weird game. No weird game here. So go check it out, and yeah, be the cucker, not the cucky, I guess. Thoughts, comment down below. Agree or disagree with my assessment. I'd love to hear it.